Hey y'all, come in. All right, y'all. We got to finish up with the other half. Day 69, 2015, Lil Wayne bus shooting in the YSL RICO trial. Okay, we got to finish up because we didn't finish up yesterday. So y'all come in, take a seat, make sure before you sit down, hit the like button, hit that thumb up. Okay, for the work that I do over here. And here we go, y'all. Okay. THUGGA, my boy, my boy. I ain't no thug that tall. Good jeez.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Thank you, Deputy Ham.
Go fade.
All right, State, call your next witness, please.
Yes, Your Honor. State call Senior Patrol Officer T.H. for Acts 39 through 40.
All right, summon Officer Finney, please. Officer Finney, good morning, sir. If you could come, please approach the witness stand, please. Once you get there, if you'd be so kind as to turn and face Sergeant Ingram, who swore as a witness before you sit down, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay.
I don't believe
First
he
name
was
is going
there.
to be Tyrone, Tyrone. Last name is going to be Finney, Finney.
Good morning, Senior Patrol Officer T.H. How you doing?
Good morning. How you doing?
Well. Can you tell the jury, I see your uniform, where you work?
For the city of Atlanta Police Department.
And how long have you worked for AP?
16 years and like 10 months.
What do you currently do?
I investigate burglaries in West Atlanta.
What zone is that?
Zone 1.
And how long have you been investigating burglaries in zone 1?
Since 2018.
What did you do?
I'm sorry, 2018. Yes, ma'am.
What was your first assignment in AP when you started?
When I first started, I was on patrol working the overnight shift in Zone 1.
And what parts of the city, like what beat did you work within zone 1 back then?
I worked the whole zone. I was a roustabout.
Travel all throughout zone 1?
Yes.
Can't
I
hear
worked the
you.
whole zone. I was a roustabout.
Roustabout.
Now, how long were you patrol in zone 1?
For approximately, roughly like 8 years.
And after doing those 8 years on patrol, what was your next assignment?
I got promoted, and then I made senior police officer when I was out training the new officers who were coming on the department.
How long did you do that?
For initially it was a year and a half, and then I got assigned to school detectives. Well, I worked in the school for 2 years.
So is that, what do you call that? Is that an SRO?
Correct.
And what does that stand for?
School resource officer.
So what school did you work when you were an SRO?
I worked at Kennedy Middle School in Forest Hill Academy.
Oh, what he talking
Where
about?
is Kennedy Middle School within Atlanta?
It used to be over there off of James Street Broadway. It's closed down now. It's shut down now.
Yeah.
And where's Forest Hills?
It's off of Cleveland Avenue, off of Forest Hills Drive.
And what part of this? Okay. And was Forest Hills, what kind of school was that?
It's going to be an alternative school for the kids who got put out of school for various reasons.
Dog.
And what grades did it have when you worked there?
It was middle school and high school, excuse me.
So like 6th through 12th grade?
Correct.
Now, can you tell me about your time when you were an SRO? Like, what all did you do? Did you interact? What did you do?
I interacted with the students when they came to the school. We used to have conversations about life, about them getting on the right track.
Oh, that's
We tried to
nice.
show them that they should go the opposite direction to get out of that environment.
Officer, hold on. Officer Finney, can you do me a favor? Can you speak up just a little bit?
Yeah, cause it sound like he thought it with me.
And,
Thank you, Judge.
Officer K, when you worked there and talked to the students,
Yes, some of the kids advised they were part of the street gangs over there.
Why he turn? Why he talking like that?
And ask that you rephrase.
Yes, Your Honor. So you worked for what, 2 years, you said?
Yes, at Forest Hills Academy. Yes, sir.
Okay. And did you work Monday through Friday, or how many days did you work?
5 days a week, Monday through Friday, correct.
And when you worked there, how often would you interact one-on-one with students?
It was throughout the day. I used to talk to all the kids throughout the day most of the time.
And when you talked to these kids throughout the day, was it for any case you were working, or why were you talking to kids?
Oh, sir.
Just to talk to them about life, trying to get their life together, to get out of that environment.
So when they talked to you one-on-one, they were just confiding in you, talking about life?
Yes, correct.
And would you or they, how did gangs come up in those conversations?
I'm going to overrule objection, Mr.
They used to just talk about life and why they was there. Some of it was for gang stuff, some of it wasn't. Some of it was for discipline problems outside of gang stuff. It was just multiple different reasons.
And what gangs did you come across when you worked with students?
It was the Bloods and the Crips.
Was there
Hey,
any,
baby.
other gangs that you're familiar with other than the Bloods and Crips?
Some of the kids used to identify themselves as YSL, as sex, money, murder back then.
Your Honor, I have a response. I don't want
I'm going to overrule objection, sir.
And was this through self-commission? Did you ever see or have any conversations about that?
Nothing.
Yes, about getting them on their face.
Overruled. That was Mr. Matthews' day.
And when speaking with the students, I'm sorry.
Overruled.
Thank you. And SPO Finney, did you ever have any conversations or see when you first worked at the schools, any hand gestures or anything that came on while you worked there? That students would display?
Sometimes they do like handshakes, but that was all.
And I want to talk to you about after that. Is that when you, or after you worked as SRO, what did you do next?
I went back to Zone 1 working on the evening shift from 2016 to 2018.
And then since 2018 to now, you've been working burglaries in Zone 1?
Correct.
When you work burglaries, like what kind of, was it mostly commercial or residential you respond to?
It's going to be both residential and business burglaries.
And what kind of stuff do you do while working burglaries?
Contact the victim, look for video footage, checking fingerprint stuff.
Ooh, I like his job.
Working in Zone 1, there also say this, when you started Border Patrol to now, after you were post-certified.
Yes.
And back on April 26, 2015, were you post-certified?
Yes.
So
I know that right. Screenshot. Screenshot. I don't know what to say.
were you working as an SRO then?
Yes.
And did you ever have or work in your time in APB an extra job?
Yes.
Can you tell the jury what are extra jobs?
It's a part-time job that we work off duty.
And when you work these extra jobs, do they have to be approved?
Yes.
Do you have to give permission?
You should get signed off by your chain of command.
And how does that work? Like, do you choose the extra jobs that you work, or how does that come out?
Yes, if somebody asks you to work, you can advise them, yes, I know you want to work.
And if
Come
you're
on.
working an extra job where you've gotten the permission, are you able to wear the uniform while working that job?
Yes, you're in uniform.
Do you have your firearm on?
Yes.
Prior to April 26, 2015, what type of extra jobs have you worked while recording?
I worked old Turner Field, Mercedes-Benz. I'm sorry, it wasn't Mercedes-Benz back then, but the Dome and also the nightclubs.
When did you start working in the nightclubs?
Around 2010, 11 time frame.
Okay. And what nightclub did you work at?
At that moment, it was just Compound Nightclub.
Okay. When did you start work? Or let me ask you this: where is the Compound nightclub?
It used to be located at 1008 Brady Avenue.
Oh, so he worked in there.
Is that in the city of Atlanta?
Correct.
Wow.
What year did you start working at the Compound?
I'm not 100% sure on the exact year.
That's all right. How frequent would you work there? Was it a couple times a month, a couple times a year?
Probably 2 or 3 times a month.
And would other APD officers work with you?
Yes, it'd be a group of us working.
Now, on specifically April 26, 2018, were you working an extra job that night?
Yes, I was.
And where were you working?
At the Compound.
And when you were working that night, was there any other officers that were working with you?
Yes, there's quite a few officers. I'm not exactly sure who all the officers were, but there's quite a few officers working.
Was there any of those officers that you did know?
Yes, retired investigator Dennis was working with me at Compound that night.
How often would you work with retired detectives?
Usually every time I worked.
Also, Officer Bennett
yeah,
need to be on
Compound,
trial.
sorry.
Do you have any present-day interaction with retired detectives?
Yes.
What do you all do currently?
Oh, we're friends, and then we do Clippers and Cops together.
What's Clippers and Cops?
Basically, it's just excuse me. It's a group of retired officers and current officers who go out to the community, basically trying to bridge the gap between the police and the community.
And what cities does that operate in?
Right now, it's operating out of Atlanta and St. Louis.
Now, on April 26, 2015, what was going on at the Compound that night?
On April 26th, the Compound had Lil Wayne working. Had Lil Wayne coming to the club for an appearance.
So, can you kind of break that down? What does it mean to make an appearance at the club?
Basically, just come in and show his face and talk to the crowd, possibly.
So, is it different than a concert?
Correct.
And when people, how often was it that celebrities or entertainers would come make guest appearances? Shocking relevance?
Oh, sir.
It just depends on what's going on in the city.
Since you've been working at the Compound, had you ever had Lil Wayne appear there for a guest appearance while you were?
Prior to that day, no.
How is a guest appearance different than a concert? Can you break that down?
Concert, they'll be performing. Guest appearance, they're just coming in with their entourage and just hanging out, basically.
Now, back in April 26, 2015, how big a deal was it to have Lil Wayne as a guest appearance that night?
It was that night.
Did you yourself ever listen to Lil Wayne's music?
Yes.
And around what time did you get there? You remember to Compound that night?
It's probably going to be around 10 p.m.
Now, in general, how late is the Compound open?
until 3.
When you got there, how does it work to get assigned this position?
We will all be placed in different areas just for crowd control and traffic control.
What specific area at the Compound was kind of your area of operation, so to speak, that night?
I was at the corner of Brady Avenue and 11th Street.
And now that night, was it raining that night?
No, it was clear.
And obviously, you've been there at, what did you say, 11 o'clock or 10?
Around 10, it was between 10 and 11.
So was it dark outside?
Yes.
Is there any lighting on Brady Avenue in that area?
Yes, it'll be lit up very well.
So I'm going to approach you with some photographs. I'm handing State's Exhibit 3 Echo, 3 through 7 Echo.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad I got to hear Miss Love mouth today. Oh, Jesus. Whew. She did good. Miss Love did good, y'all, yesterday.
Thank you.
I'm gonna give her 8. B plus.
Now, as your opinion, I'm gonna talk a little slower. We're gonna slow this down a little bit. Is that all right? I'm gonna approach you with States Exhibit 3 through 7 Echo. So if you can, just take a look at those. When you're done looking at them, just look up at me. You recognize those?
Yes.
How do you recognize those?
That's going to be the intersection of 11th Street and Brady Avenue.
Is it a fair and accurate depiction of how the area of the compound, Brady and 11th Street, looked back in 2015?
Correct.
Your Honor, at this time the state's going to move to tender and evidence State's Exhibits 3 through 7 Echo.
Any objection to states 3 Echo through 7 Echo?
No, sir.
All right, states 3 through 7 Echo are admitted and published as you see fit.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sorry about that. Oh, I'm sorry.
So I'm publishing State's Exhibits 3 Echo now. And just to kind of orient the jury, Officer Finney, are these,
Know what this
what are
is?
these photos? Are these Google images? What are these 3 through 7?
It's going to be the location of where the intersection of 11th and Brady from
Oh, I know what this
back
is.
then, because currently it looks totally different than it does in these pictures.
Has that area from today till now, how has it changed?
Basically, it put an apartment complex up on the corner of 11th and Brady now.
Will talking through these photographs help your testimony in discussing this area?
Yes.
So with State's Exhibit 3 Echo, can you orient the jury to where, if anywhere, in this photograph is the compound? And if you want, or maybe it may help you, there's a screen kind of behind you.
Okay.
I think it's better to make it more clear, better quality in this photograph.
The compound's going to be located in between where like the wooden like fence structure is.
Okay.
Right here.
And what I may do is
Okay, I
we'll kind of
see.
work together with, I'm going to give you this pointer, all right?
All right.
And there's a bigger screen up there, that way.
That's a little bitty spot right there,
You
yeah.
kind of orient to where the part of the compound is in 3 Echo.
It's going to be right here to the right-hand side.
Now, you said that this main street is Brady.
Correct.
What is that side street to the immediate left?
That's going to be 11th Street.
Now, in 3 Echo, okay, can you point out 11th Street for the jury?
It's going to be right over here on the left side of the picture.
Okay. Now, do you see where, in general, you were stationed on April 26, 2015?
Correct. I was standing right there on the corner of that picture. On the
And I
left
went
street.
where I go to that little bitty
Point
club.
show kind of where you were?
It's going to be right here.
Okay. Now, I'm going to publish State's Exhibit 4 Echo.
Shoot, they ain't got nowhere to park.
Is this photograph we were just looking at, can you orient us to this photograph?
That's going to be the fence area right there on the right-hand side.
Right here.
Is the compound?
Yes.
And that's Brady Avenue, the street right there?
Correct.
Now, on April 26, 2015, you see where there's that, I think it's a black Nissan kind of between that building and the fence?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Kind of tucked back, you see that?
Yes.
What would this area be used at on April 26, 2015?
That was the area for the VIP, also known as the section line.
Okay. Now, I'm going to.
Cause there ain't nobody got nowhere to
This bar
park.
right here, is this near, far from where you were stationed?
It's right across the street.
I'm gonna publish State's Exhibits 5 Echo. So with 5
It's
Echo,
so good.
you
Here.
had mentioned earlier that this area has developed. You see all that grass and shrubbery to the left?
Yes.
Is that how this area looked right across from the compound back in?
Yes.
What's there now?
That's going to be the apartment building.
Okay. And from when you got on shift to when you left, is this area, this intersection where you worked primarily that night?
Yes.
And if you were to go all the way up 11th Street, is that 11th Street to the left of this photograph?
Correct.
What street would you run into?
How Mill.
Right there, y'all.
And back then, where would people park when they were attending the nightclub?
All
They
down.
utilize the streets, and they're also parking the lots around the area as well.
They ain't got nowhere to park. All I know.
6 Echo. What is that up on the hill on the upper right side of 6 Echo?
I believe it used to be like a car detail shop.
And do people park on both Brady Avenue and 11th?
Correct.
And from this point of view, you see that fence you were talking about where the compound is?
Correct.
Can you point out for the jury where the compound is in this photograph?
It's going to be up on the upper left-hand side of the picture.
If you can stand up if you need to.
On the left.
Upper left hand?
Yes.
And so I'm going to,
Let's see it.
where this night was Detective Dennis in relation to where you were?
We were standing at that corner at 11th and Brady, right here where the truck is.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to approach you with State's Exhibits 8 through 31, Echo. If any defense counsel wants to see, matches.
Club over there. Come on, let's get to the real nitty gritty. Let's talk about what happened to. I see why his bus got shot up. Look where he parked at, y'all. That ain't no good area over there. That ain't no good spot. And they got their cars strapped. Little alley right there. Please, man, please. Talking about VIP. Make them feel like they were VIP. I know where in the world. That's why Thug didn't want his sister over there. That ain't no good spot. Not in that little place.
Your Honor, I'm approaching the witness with 8 through 31 Echo. Officer Penny, if you can take the time to just look through 8 through 31 Echo, and when you get done, just look up.
I hope you about to ask him better questions than this. 'Cause this just a waste of time. He looking at them pictures like them the same pictures.
What is 8 through 31 Echo?
It's currently how that area looks at 1008 Brady. Or 10th, I'm sorry, 11th and Brady.
And how do you recognize it?
From being in the area.
And would your testimony be true today?
I ain't see you, baby.
Your Honor, at this time, are they here at application now, Brady Avenue, 11th Street, Wilson, President?
Correct.
Your Honor, this time the state's going to tender in evidence state's exhibits 8 through 31 echo for the monster first.
Any objection to states 8 through 31 echo? All right, they're admitted and they be published as you see.
Now, I'm going to jump around a little bit from how those numbers are. So we're going to start with 22 echo. So
I've been supporting your channel too.
What is this structure we see at 22 echo?
That's going to be one of the entrances to the club.
Okay. And you were just discussing, but is this how the area looks present day?
Correct.
And is that structure, is it any different, or is there any difference from that on the night of April 26th?
No, it's still the same.
Okay. Now, back then, would this be like the front entrance, the side entrance? What kind of entrance would this be?
That'll be the general admission line.
Okay. Do you remember how much it was to get in there back then?
I have no idea.
Okay. Now, you see where there's this, I think is that a bike lane on the roadway?
Yes.
And you see those cones?
Yes.
Was that right outside the entrance to the compound back in April 26, 2015?
No.
What was there?
It would be parking and there will also be some gates for the entrance to get into the club.
Okay. Now, when you say gates, is this like gates you see in like a baseball game, like where you go with lines for like a concert?
Correct.
Okay. So like gates that come up to like your waist?
Yes, directional gates, correct.
You have one line, multiple lines, how would that work?
There'll be multiple lines.
Ooh, wait, how did that work?
And would some cars be able to park on this part of Brady Avenue?
Yes.
This not safe right here.
I'm going to show you 20 echo. Is this another view of the front entrance of the compound?
Yes.
Now, present day, well, I'll say back then, was that fence structure still there?
Yes.
And can you kind of explain, is the compound, is it indoor and outdoor? What is, you know, walk right through these doors, what would be behind them?
It'd be like a open area for like outside parties during the summertime.
Okay. Was there any seating or anything?
Yes, it was couches outside.
And you see those numbers, 1008?
Yes.
What does that signal?
That's the address for 1008 Brady Avenue.
Come on, man.
Then turn to 18 echo. You see that building back behind the fence, kind of towards the left?
Yes.
What is that building?
That's going to be the actual main part of the compound.
And is this a closer in view of front entrance to the compound?
Correct.
Now, will there be security at this part of the compound?
Correct.
Would there be security at that VIP side entrance we talked about earlier?
Yes.
Oh, the other side over there.
I had an allergic
I
reaction,
see what they
major,
saying now. Excuse me,
allergic-
y'all, the commercial. The other side is the I see what we saw is the VIP. Now it does look different than this. Okay.
Is this another view of looking down Brady Avenue?
Yes, that's going to be correct.
And is this looking towards, what's the first street we'll reach?
Oh, this close to downtown.
Yes, so that's going to be the corner of 11th and Brady.
Okay.
So from where you were stationed, how far close were you from the front entrance to the club?
Approximately like 20 yards.
That's the club, yeah.
Now, this may be hard to see, but you see, very back, you see like what looks like a bluish sign go all the way down Brady?
Yes.
And can you point out for the jury kind of where that is and what I think, you tell me if I'm wrong, a stop sign?
Yes, that's a firm. That's going to be a stop sign at the intersection of Brady and 10th Street.
Okay, so it goes 11th Street, 10th Street?
Correct.
Okay, why is that so important?
Turning to 15 Echo, Is this that area that you were stationed at that night? Or roughly?
It's gonna be the general area.
Okay. And that's the compound on the right that you talked about?
Yes.
Now, that thing, you see where it says Opium on that building?
Yes.
What was that, is that part of the compound, or was it back on April 26, 2015?
No, it was not part of the compound.
16E is zoomed in.
All you doing is
Someone was coming through this VIP entrance you discussed. Where would they go once they walk through what that gate right there?
There was 2 doors
On the right or left?
on the right-hand side.
And where would security personnel be stationed for this one?
Right beyond them gates.
And this is another picture of that.
Correct.
Now, 8 Echo, do you see where you were stationed that night in 8 Echo?
Yes, I was stationed at that stop sign. In the area of that stop sign. Sorry.
okay.
Now, I want to talk to you about that night. What time was the event supposed to start? Or what time was Lil Wayne supposed to be here?
I'm not sure on what time he was supposed to appear, but the club was open from 10 to 3.
10 to 3. And
Probably about 2.
when you first got there, had Lil Wayne arrived there?
No,
Do you remember him ever arriving at some point while you were on shift?
I don't recall him arriving.
Okay. As in, like, did you ever personally see him arrive or realize he got
No.
Didn't you have a radio?
Now, I'm going to publish
That's Atlanta
29
cops.
Echo. Do you know where, is this, what side street is this right here?
That's going to be the intersection of 10th and 30.
Okay. Now, do you know or remember learning?
I know exactly where this is.
It was going to be on a tour bus.
Okay. Do you know where that tour bus parked?
It was somewhere.
And by over there, can you point to the
Oh, where?
where it was?
Right here.
Okay.
Show us, because I want to see.
And just to orient the compound where you were stationed, would that be to the right or left on 29 Echo?
It'd be to the right.
Okay.
God, I want to see what he was talking, pointing.
And when he got there, for some reason, I guess, what part of the club was he coming
The VIP side.
in? Okay. When he arrived and came in, did you, was there any issues when he got there?
No.
Was anyone threatening him or anything when he arrived?
Not that I can recall.
Now, where you were stationed, what was the crowd like that night while you were on shift?
It was steady busy. It was just it was a lot going on, but it was calm for the most part.
And was it comparative, like size-wise, was the crowd average, larger, smaller? Than normal night you work at the time?
It was a little above average.
And were people like clamoring to get in or jumping over fences? What was it like for people waiting on the side?
Oh, it was calm. Everybody was just trying to basically get inside the club.
But when your shift first started, did you have any issues at the beginning part of the shift with any patrons?
No.
Did that ever change?
Yes.
I'm going to publish 11 Echo. Was there ever a part of the night, or can you tell the jury what happened while you were working at corner of 11th Avenue and Brady on April 26th? What happened?
Okay. While working that night between, I want to say approximately like 2:30, 3 o'clock time frame, we observed a group of males, about 25, 30 males, loitering in the area of 11 there. When the artist came out, I guess they got word somehow, not sure how, that he was.
Okay. We're gonna break this down.
Gotcha.
So, can you tell the jury where it was that you first saw this group of 25 to 30 males?
It was going to be at the corner of 11th and Bergen.
That's
And where were you stationed roughly when you first saw them?
In the same vicinity.
Okay. What first drew your attention to this group of men?
Basically, they were just hanging out on the corner, and we saw them, and it just looked out of, it wasn't ordinary, basically, feel like that.
Now, do large groups usually appear at the club that time of night?
No.
What time was it again that the club closed?
At 3.
Okay. And in that group, was it females, males, a mixture?
I just recall males.
And what do you remember them doing, like you first see them, after seeing them, what are they doing?
After we initially told them to leave the location, when they started running towards the area where the tour bus was, they were basically just yelling, basically.
And when you say we, was there other NP officers nearby you?
Correct.
Okay. Now, when you say they were yelling, like, what were they doing?
They were just yelling at them. I'm not exactly 100% sure what they were yelling as far as all of them, but it was just being
Boys.
basically just going on, ranting and raving, I guess you want to say.
Okay.
They were just being boys.
When you all officers approached them, where were you trying to get them to go, or
We were trying to get them to go back towards 11th Street.
what direction were they heading for?
Excuse me, y'all.
At the time when we tried to get them to go back towards 11th Street, they were going towards 10th Street.
Okay. And when you said ranting and raving, what makes you say that? Like, what were they doing? Can you explain that a little more?
Basically, they was just like,
Acting like boys, loud.
I'm not ranting and raving, no.
They were acting like y'all did when y'all were
It was
young.
like,
Watch, look.
You're not going to object to cause speculation. Ask an answer. You all right?
They were just acting like teenagers. Wow, talking. You know how they were acting. They act like y'all let them act. The way they act.
I don't know any objection. You can answer. Now you guys kind of, what was the group?
they were just like being disruptive. And they were making like gestures, disruptive gestures, basically.
What do you mean by disruptive?
Like they were trying to get towards to the area where the bus was located at.
And so, looking at 11 Echo, what would the bus, you kind of describe where the group was directing this to? Like, where would the bus be in relation to this photograph?
It would be to your right.
And I'm gonna, sorry, 11 Echo. So did you recognize anyone in that group?
Yes, at the time I recognized Pete Lee.
Okay. And so do you know what his name is? Is that a nickname?
Yeah, it's a nickname.
Okay.
I know him from the club scenes too at Atlanta over time.
Okay.
This what he was. Right
What
now.
was he was doing when you saw him?
He was basically the leader of the group. He was in the front yelling out obscene.
Yes, yes, thank you, sir.
Your Honor, I have a response to that.
Yes, sir.
I can, you see, so Your Honor, what SBO is a co-conspirator statement? I'm happy to approach the case if I need to.
Now, what's your approach?
Okay.
I want to see, he know Pee Wee, he recognized Pee Wee, but he probably didn't know what Pee Wee said. He got the easy job to do. Mr. Sharp. Wonder what me love is. She might have quiet today in court. Please tell me she ain't there. So what they looking at? He got an easy job. I wouldn't mind have his job. You don't have to talk to nobody. You just sit there and do nothing. She doing that shorthand. That lady getting paid, boy. What the world is they doing? Speed it up, Judge. He probably need to stand up sometime. Take all that. Dang. Let me be quiet. I'm sorry, y'all. Men's always get the easy position. I wonder what they doing. It don't take this long. How y'all doing? Happy birthday to anyone having a birthday, who enjoying their birthday or celebrating something. Uh anything, you know, on your new channel. If you tell me the name of your channel, I subscribe to your channel. I will stop through there and hit that like button as well as mine. I like to support people. Come on, Judge. What the world y'all doing? Oh Lord, this don't take all day. I think they need to be honest. I'm not trying to be biased or nothing. I think they need another job, a judge to excuse me, another judge to speed things up a little bit because this don't make no sense. They've been over there at least 5 minutes. And they got a juror over there, they got a witness up there, and they hush, Lanita, hush, Lanita, hush, Lanita, hush, Lanita. I may be wrong, Jesus. I may be wrong. And they still over there. And then he gonna say, "All right, time for a break." I think we're gonna take a break for right now for the rest of for the day to a 10 minutes break. Y'all just waste 10 minutes of the time right now. I don't know. I just don't understand. Let me skip it. I can't do this. I can't. I can't. I can't. Hold on, y'all. I got to skip.
What was who he is? He sophomore answer. He's basically the leader of the group. He's in the front line of scene.
Okay, that's to the objection. As mentioned earlier, I will overrule the objection from the basis given the court's current ruling.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And I'll give you continuing objection. Okay.
What we issue here
After we told them to leave and they were going back up toward 11th Street, people yelled out, "This is my city, keep fucking around, and we'll spray the bus." That's when people took out up 11th Street.
I'm sorry.
When you heard that, what did you take it to mean? You said spray the bus.
Then he's gonna shoot the bus up.
And I want to approach you with one exhibit, 32 Echo.
I'm sorry, God, for laughing, but this is the ATL. She said, "This is my." But you don't supposed to be like that, spraying them in the visitor bus.
No, I'm not sure this is defense counsel. My name is witness what's been marked as 32 Echo. Do you recognize or take a look at that? And what is 32 Echo?
It's gonna be a Pee Wee
And how do you recognize him?
from the club scene in Atlanta.
Is it a fair and accurate depiction of how he looks?
Correct.
Your Honor, at this time, the state was tendering the evidence 32 Echo.
Any objection to 32 Echo? 32 Echo is admitted to be published as you see fit.
Thank you, Your Honor. Publishing 32 Echo, is this,
Correct.
okay. Is his name Jimmy Winfrey? Do you know that?
Yes, that's correct. Jimmy Winfrey.
And when he made the statement about spraying the bus, how far away from you was he?
Probably about like 10 feet away.
He look like he'll shoot up a bus.
Did he say it quietly, loudly, softly? How did he say it?
He yelled it out loud.
Was it clear what he said?
Yes.
When he said it, was there anything concealing who he was, like a mask or anything like that?
No.
Now, said that, or let me ask you this. While this is going on with the group of males, I'm going to publish 25 Echo, and what Winfrey said, did anyone from Lil Wayne or their entourage exit the compound near this time? Come outside.
Not in front of 11th and Brady, no.
Okay. Where would they have come out at?
Down by 10th Street.
Okay. And when he made that statement, who was he looking towards, or?
He was looking towards the corner of 10th and Brady Avenue, excuse me.
Okay.
When he yelled it out.
10th and Brady, in this photograph, you see where there's that white vehicle kind of down the way? Is that the intersection of 10th and Brady?
Yes, that's going to be the area of it.
And where this little small cone is that kind of where you would have been?
Correct.
Did you know anyone else in the group other than Jimmy?
No.
So they was over.
They don't want you to know this.
So,
Guys, this insurance company, Auto, is the real deal. It's
sorry about
legit.
that, guys.
After hearing that, what did you do?
I advised investigator against what he had just said, but people get took off running up 11th Street at that time.
Okay. Going back to 11th Echo, would he take up running? This is 11th right here at the left side of the screen?
Yes, he ran up towards Hal Mill on 11th Street.
Okay. Now, when he took off running, was it slow, fast, or jog? How would you describe it?
I don't recall.
Okay.
He was dipping.
What was his demeanor when he made the statement?
He couldn't see his demeanor.
Was he smiling? Was he sad? Was he angry?
He don't know.
I don't recall. It was just, I don't recall.
I know you don't.
Was he by himself when he made the statement, or were other people around?
When he made the statement, when he made the statement, he was with the whole crew.
And do you recall any gestures or anything that anyone that Winfrey or anyone in that crowd was making?
No.
What did, after you went on 11th Street, you ever see him again?
Yes. About between 2 to 5 minutes later, Pee-wee came back down 11th Street towards Brady, driving the white and color Z28 Camaro, and he stopped at the stop sign while I was standing in the middle of the street of 11th and Brady.
Okay. I'm gonna go to 6 Echo. Where were you when, is this Brady and 11th Street?
Correct.
Where were you when you first saw him in his vehicle?
Where that white line is?
Yeah.
In the picture,
Can
excuse
you
me.
point for the jury?
I think so.
Okay. And where, was any other officers nearby you?
Dennis is probably like 15 yards away from me.
Can you point for where Dennis was?
He was gonna probably be right here with a couple, what the yellow lines are.
Right here.
Now,
Because I don't see the stick. Oh,
I want to
Judge.
also approach you with one
Jesus.
more photograph.
I ain't never seen nobody blow their nose that hard.
Your Honor, I'm showing defense counsel 33 Echo. I'm approaching Senior Patrol Officer King. Can you take a look at that? You recognize that?
Yes, that's gonna be a white and colored Z28 Camaro.
Okay. And is it a fair and accurate depiction of how that vehicle that you saw looked on April 26th?
Correct.
Your Honor, the state's going to tender for demonstrative purposes 33 Echo.
Any objection to 33 Echo, gentlemen? All right, 33 Echo is admitted, may be published as you see fit.
So, SBO Finney, you said, I'm gonna use this stick along with that. Did you say that the car was, where were you, or where was the car when you first saw it? Right there? Okay. I'm gonna publish 33 Echo. Let me give this back to you. Is
We
that
wanna see.
vehicle look like the car that Jamie Richards was in that night we saw him?
Correct.
And when you saw him, I'm going to go back to Echo. How much time had passed since he ran up 11th Street when you saw him in that car? Like, was it minutes? Was it hours?
It was between 2 to 5 minutes.
Okay. And when you saw him, what, if I am you, is the car coming on my right side or left side?
I was on the, I'm sorry, I was standing in the middle of the street,
Okay.
so I was gonna be on the driver's side.
Okay. What I'm going to do is, Your Honor, I have, what I'm gonna mark as 6 Echo Alpha. It is the exact same photograph as what's published on the screen. 6 Echo, I'm gonna have SBO draw. So SBO Finney, I'm approaching you 6 Echo Alpha, and I'm gonna give you a sharp. If you could, can you can you kind of annotate on that where you were, where the car was, and where the next vehicle was? And is that 6 Echo Alpha that you're writing on, is that, other than your writing, the same photograph as 6 Echo is published on the screen?
Correct.
What did you, can you kind of describe to the jury using the pointer what you drew on 6 Echo Alpha?
Let us see.
Yes, I put the car exactly where the white line is, and then I put myself right there below the car, and then I put Investigator Dennis in the middle of the street.
Okay, so you said you put, is this the white line you were talking about with the car?
Correct.
And where, you tell me where to stop, where you would have been.
Right there beside the white line.
Okay, like here,
Now go over.
here, this way? Okay, you would have been
Let's
here.
see.
Right there.
Got it. And where would Dennis have been?
Oh.
By the manhole cover.
Okay.
Okay.
Right here?
Yes.
Okay. Now, was his window down or up?
It was down.
Okay.
He didn't care.
What did you see when you drove past him?
I saw a black assault rifle butt up in the air, and with the muzzle of the weapon pointed towards the ground of the car.
Okay, so was the gun in the passenger side of the vehicle?
Correct.
And so the muzzle was down and you said the magazine was up?
No, the butt of the gun.
Okay, butt of the gun. And you said a black assault rifle. Do you know a common gun that it resembled?
Assault rifle. I can't give you a maker or model.
That's fair. How close were you to the car when you saw black assault rifle?
I was right there, like a foot, less than a foot.
Okay. Now, did Mr. Winfrey, did he say anything or look over at you in any way when you drove past?
He looked at me. He said something to me, but I don't remember what it was. And then once I noticed the gun, I advised Dennis to stop the car, and that's when PB sped away, going northbound on Brady Avenue towards Howell Mill.
Okay. Now, how quickly were you able to advise how to protect Dennis?
It was like seconds.
And what did you tell investigator Dennis?
That I saw the gun in the passenger seat.
Did he have a reaction to that?
I don't recall.
I sustain the objection.
Was there any steps made to try to detain that vehicle that went through the shot?
I don't recall anything else happening.
Now, you said you sped off down Howell Mill. I'm gonna show you, this 23 Echo is, you know how we talked about that wooden front entrance to the compound earlier?
Yes,
Where is that in relation to 23 Echo?
right in front of it.
So would it be to the right or left?
It'll be to the left.
Okay, so you see where that street pole is, kind of on the sidewalk? To the bottom left of the 23 Echo?
Yes,
Is the compound with the two doors and the wood structure, is that to the left?
yes. It's going to be to the left-hand side of it.
And after he drove by you with the assault rifle, he traveled
North on Brady. Yes,
and does Brady Avenue, as it currently does back then, have this kind of curve around?
correct. And it runs into Howell Mill.
Was he, after he drove by you, was he driving slowly,
He
quickly?
sped off.
Okay. And you had testified earlier
He
that
said, spit out.
president
Would
was
you
like
think he
different
waited
with
on me?
this, large apartment complex or building?
No, that was not there.
Can we talk about something else?
Now, you stated earlier that you had been working at the compound. Well, how many years roughly were you working at the compound before April 26th? Like 2 years, 5 years, 10 years?
Probably about 5.
Five.
And you had been working there a couple times a month?
Correct.
Okay. How many times in that span have you ever witnessed someone with an automatic weapon?
Never.
How many times since working there did you ever hear someone threaten to spray a bus?
Never.
I sustain the objection.
He said never.
SBOA, did you ever write a supplemental report to this accident?
Yes.
How did that come about?
After basically 30 days that went by, I was called about the incident, and they advised me to do a supplemental report to what I saw that day, and that's how the report came about.
And did you, do you know if Investigator Dennis, did he ever have any involvement with any follow-up with this?
I'm not aware. I'm not sure.
And have you ever had to write at the compound that you've been working the supplemental report after an extra job you worked there?
I'll sustain the objection.
Well, them one thug boy because Wayne is Birdman boy. And Young Thug boy. So they couldn't be his boys. So why are we here? What are we
So
doing?
in present day, or let me ask you this. After this incident, how do you view what that night present? Like, how were your nerves during this?
I sustain the objection.
They about to get good now. See, Gaither didn't want to come out here. She didn't want to work in Atlanta. She wanted to leave there because she couldn't run them detectives because sorry. They don't work hard like other counties. Then she said she went to DCAB and
Why did this incident stick out in your mind?
I state the objection.
Do you have some memory of what happened that night?
no.
Overruled, sir.
Yes, I have. I mean, the biggest thing about that whole situation was the gun being in the car and all them guys up on the corner on loitering.
And other than, compared to other nights you worked at the compound, why does it stick out?
Because it could have went south if we weren't out there.
No further questions at this time. Thank you, Mr. Charles.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we have any further examination, how about we take some lunch?
All right, y'all. So that's the end of that. I want to thank the guys for coming in and everybody who watched. This is the second half of this, still day 69. This when Lil Wayne bus got shot. I don't know what it got to do with Thug because these are not his boys. I love y'all. I'm about to go, okay? See y'all tomorrow. Bye.